Salve gente, benvenuti o ben ritrovati, ma come sempre e specialmente ben ritrovate su Dogma 2. Andiamo a farci la missione secondaria in carro fantasma.
Fewer monsters are to be found in the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
Beh, c'è una panchina.
Over here, if you would.
Seguivamo lui.
I suppose we might as well gather what we can. This might be worth a read.
Let's have a look then.
Oh, che fanno, lo raccogli?
Over here, if you please. Allow me to lead the way. I should like to put my knowledge to good use.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
We need not concern ourselves with strategy. Whatever we do, our victory is assured.
Ma è scemo. Beh, da qui ci si può arrivare tranquillamente di sera.
A common reward, frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Cioè non c'è niente del giorno, tocca aspettare venirci per forza di sera.
Oh, I can't complain.
Se lo dici tu. Ah, ora sì.
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes?
Indeed. Tell us there's been a shift in the chain of command.
Pray, light your lantern, master.
Eh sì. Eccolo.
I brought the number that you requested. I'll take it this will be enough.
Aye, nicely done. Giddy, you lot. Here's your payment.
Thank you kindly, sir. Ordinarily, coin like this would take me half a year to earn.
And I'll thank you to spend it wisely. Don't go drawing undue attention onto yourself, or that'll be the last you get. An ox cart travelling a night is suspicious enough in its own right, if 'twere known that I'm carrying pawns across the border.
I know. And I'll take care of it, I swear it. Contact me again when you've need of more cargo, won't you? What is it? I've done naught worth following me over. Hold, I beg you. I'll tell you what there is to know. I was approached by a battalion merchant I met at the border checkpoint. He offered me a coin in exchange for rounding up pawns. Aye, I know. Here in Vermouth, there's nary a deed more abhorrent. But you have to understand, my gambling debts were like to drown me. I needed coin, and I needed it far. I know not where they've been taken. Pray, believe me. Here, take this. 'Tis a document I got from that merchant. If word of this should reach the palace, I'd no doubt be disciplined. I might even lose my post. I'll give you all the gold I got today. So pray, I swear, I'll ne'er do aught like this again. You have my sincerest thanks. I'll be going then.
Do we know of someone who might better understand this document?
Eh sì.
Captain Brandt and Regent Kinsven are likely to be of aid, but Minister Allard is best avoided.
That was certainly worthwhile.
Eh sì, ci ho pure riguadagnato 5.000. Ne ho persi 13.000 nella scorsa puntata perché sono stato arrestato. Però,
We cannot break it from this side.
True enough.
Ah, già. C'è una porta chiusa. Vabbè, va, andiamo. Sì, vabbè, come no. Crepate voi che noi ci salviamo, in pratica.
You're fool enough to fall for it. Shame on you.
As a matter of fact, when I recall our first visit to Vermouth, I cannot help but be astounded at how far you've come, Master. We shall carry this city in our hearts wherever we tread.
Nya!
You have my fullest confidence. Yes, Your Majesty. Ah, so you've encountered the phantom ox cart from the rumours. To be precise, the letter of the Lord does not forbid the abduction of pawns. However, in our sovereign kingdom, crude treatment of the pawns who so loyally serve our liege is an act decried by all. If one were to sell them for personal gain, they would doubtless be censured no matter their station. And this letter, by its make and the quality of the parchment, I can only surmise 'tis of the like used in the palace. We ought to assume a member of the court as a hand in this matter. But for what purpose are these pawns being gathered? And where are they being taken? I have a proposal, Your Majesty. Should we ascertain the pawn's destination, perchance we will discover the intent behind this plot. Yet if we question the driver haphazardly, this mission will be over before it begins. I bid Your Majesty follow the ox cart without arousing suspicion, that you might divine where it is headed. Alternatively, mayhap Your Majesty could assume the guise of a pawn and await pickup in a likely location. I leave the choice to Your Majesty's discretion.
Welcome to the Star Drop-In. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to...
You have my fullest confidence. The permit is intended for a bistro, which is to say, is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve the city.
C'ho troppe... Ma che cacchiarola è sta cosa? Ho 18.000.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
A piedi?
Master, I vow to weigh my every word before speaking, and when in doubt, I shall hold my tongue.
Diciamo che per questa notte è abbastanza, va? Anche perché non si può fare nulla.
Methinks this can only be destroyed from the other side.
I'm not altogether happy with this.
Nel frattempo provo a portare la lettera al principe. Al principe, al figlio della reggente. Non devo uscire.
Such quietude is a blessing.
So what will it be?
Not to twist your arm, but this is a rare opportunity to own a bit of property in Vermouth.
200.000? Ma che te sei fumato? Vediamo un po' se c'è qualcuno qua. Ah, non è l'elfo? È morto? Ma dai. Come è morto l'elfo? Beh.
Wonder what's going on in town. Might go and see mine.
Welcome.
Allora, ritiro oggetto. Un bel mazzo di chiavi, perché a me non mi va di pagare altri 13.000 di se dovevi essere preso. Invece un bel mazzo di chiavi. Stavo per vedere un crash.
I like to come to you when I need a minute to think.
Com'è morto sto sciocco?
You have my gratitude.
Care to stay? I would be glad of a chance to talk.
Ma com'è morto?
One wavestone shard is a mere rock, but combined, they can work miracles.
We ought to keep it with care, lest we lose it.
Allora ricompaiono. Ma questa è rimasta aperta. Dove sto andando? Devo andare su.
Won't someone do aught about this?
Such quietude is a blessing.
One can never have too many materials. I'll harvest some now. It seems we must part ways for the time being.
Salviamo. Alan, devo andare dritto a destra? O Sven? No, devo andare dritto e poi girare a sinistra.
All seems well here, but I'm very sure.
Glad I am to see you well. I've been wondering how you were getting on. Have you learned aught of the intent behind that letter? Twould seem my mother has joined hand with the Batali researcher to achieve her purpose. Which, according to this missive, is to arrange things so that I might rule the kingdom. But I don't understand. Vermouth needs no consul. It's bound, its ruler, its sovereign, pretender though he may be. To say naught of you.
Perché sta facendo tutto sto gioco in modo che il Falsa Rice poi magari muore e lui, Sven, diventa il nuovo reggente.
Does she mean to remove you and the false sovereign both from the picture? Is that what is meant by this tragedy? 'Tis a frightful thought. Yet we are in a much stronger position for having learned of it. You've my gratitude for this. I know.
Nowadays for us are a sign that all is well. Someone here seems so much more than just about anything.
A sto giro non mi hanno fatto nulla. Rimane il carro fantasma. Segui il carro fantasma alla destinazione per vedere se ha qualche legame con i piani di difesa.
What am I to do?
As with coin.
I should very much like to rejoin you, Master.
Ebbene,
Do stop. I've wares of every ilk.
andiamo per di qua. Sì, va a esplorare lui. Ormai sta albeggiando.
What to make of this?
If our destination is a distant one, travel by ox cart might be worth considering.
Ah!
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
You have my sincerest thanks. I see the true arisen is merciful indeed. I'll be going then.
If it were up to me, I'd never.
Weren't you listening? I told you you'd get lost. My thanks.
Mezzadri. Vanno a metà. Mezzo a me, mezzo a me.
Would that such tranquility could last.
Indeed. You are correct. A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in beginning of you.
Who are you? Come no closer! How fare my fine passengers this evening? Suppose you'll just have to listen there. You. They say you offer no complaints, quarrel, and your own dark.
Affari spenti, eh? Mazza come corre sto carro. Di solito vanno piano.
Host, we're expecting your cargo. Open up.
I hear they follow whatever command they're given.
And they'll take any beating without a word of complaint. Let's see for ourselves.
Ha! They just seem to know. Hey. This one's not a pawn! Give it no quarter!
A tavern? Under the stars. Seems this old man's time is up.
Take that from you.
Pay what's due, and you can bid yourself goodbye. Hold your tongue, wretch.
Perché dovrei pagare quando posso evadere tranquillamente? Con le chiavi della prigione? Dite, non può.
Terror can result from imprudence and caution.
Segue il carro fantasma alla destinazione per vedere se ha qualche legame con i piani di Disa. Tanto curami.
Whatever it is you need, I shall gladly oblige. You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait right there.
Una zappa.
I'm running low.
Somehow my feet always carry me.
Porta del sigillo.
On your knees, worthless vessels.
A thorough search of our surroundings ought to turn up something.
Wait, you're not a pawn. We've an intruder in our midst. To arms!
Let my magic explore through the mental boon.
All is well. I is fit.
Focus your strength, Arisen.
Is that all the absolute? Struggle to see the same. Even spiteful. I have my doubts. I suspect this will suffice as proof. Shall we report this development to Captain Brandt? I believe I can guide you to the person in question.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Al cesso vi butterei a voi, guarda.
Power surges within me.
Poi dicono a me infame, no? Fanno ste cose alle pedine e vengono a dire a me infame. Questi di certo non li salverò. Ammasso di immondizia.
This isn't the way to our destination, but I presume you've a new one in mind. Lead on.
'Tis not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment. We must go where we are bid.
Ho capito, ma quello che dà? Bene. Perché quel tizio lassù? Allora, vediamo un po' se posso potenziare qualcosa.
Hi,
boy looking to no need to overthink it. You can change it on a whim.
No. No.
You've naught to lose. Many thanks.
A custom event. That changes things. Welcome.
Me? I now, this hardly bears set.
Allora. Ma è brutto l'elmo del cavaliere, 19.000 poi. Ma c'ho qualcosa di meglio?
But don't. You dare try to take anything without paying for it first. Many thanks.
I cannot wait to put this new equipment to use.
By what margin will it improve our performance in battle, I wonder?
Allora, andiamo a farci una dormita, va.
This is beyond me.
Anzi, forse no.
Perhaps I need to play around with someone new. I think that will do for that.
How strange.
E un regalo. Leggi un libro che ti fa bene.
We must rest.
Permetti?
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Andiamo così alziamo un po' la classe. Non c'è Fulvio?
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Non è che lo facciamo a piedi. Dobbiamo alzare la classe.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
confident I can make short work of any or all challenges.
Bene, è arrivato giusto in tempo allora. Andiamo a alzare la classe. È tutto normale.
That changes things.
Have a look. Hi, looking to no need to overthink it. You can change it on a whim.
Donum umila donum devotum. Da umile a devoto. Versione avanzata di Donum umile, che ha la portata più ampia, consentendo di sollevare i bersagli più lontano. Manus praedonis. Ah, sì. Iactus aere. Bella. Che botta. A domum umile e a domum devotum. Lancia molto distanti i bersagli più piccoli, rimuovendoli dalla battaglia. I bersagli agganciati non danno né esperienza né oggetti. I bersagli più grandi non sono lanciati, ma subiscono il colpo. No. Allora... Tempesta Sectans. Ah no, già c'è. Ugula Dragoni Magnes.
You've naught to lose and many thanks.
Anche a te.
Look around. But be sure to buy aught. Oh?
Well met.
I've got to
What are you playing at?
I'll have nightmares if I let myself worry over
Probabilmente verrà giù qualche grifone? C'è qualche grifone? No.
Come to think of it, our ranks have gone unchanged for a while now.
Our combined might is a force to be reckoned with. I say we forge on together for as long as we may.
I will protect you.
Fallen must be revived.
Foes of this caliber are hardly worth the effort.
Indeed, you are correct.
Attacca, attacca, dai, fammi vedere.
Fire is not its weakness, but its strength.
Let's save our fire magics for another time then.
Qui serve proprio una classe che attacca dalla distanza. No, sorsa del golem. Facciamo silenzio.
I aspire, hobgoblin. Fire is not its weakness, but its strength.
Sto andando da tutt'altra parte. Beh, c'era il gol. Andiamo. Stavo a perdere tempo.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Perché qui?
If aught befell my family, I'd fain hear you speak on any topic.
Unless I am mistaken, what we require is already in our possession.
Sì, infatti tocca venirci di sera.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
Che domani è stanotte.
It appears night has fallen while we slept.
Is this the abode of the good arisen? Pray, pardon the intrusion. I am an attendant in the service of Empress Nadia. Her Majesty would make a request of you. Might you have a moment to hear it? With my gratitude, sir. Her Majesty awaits you outside. Pray, follow me.
We thank you for meeting us at this late hour, Sir Arisen. There is a service we would ask of you.
Che ci fa qui a Vermouth questa?
We require protection of both our person and our identity as we make for our destination within the city.
Though Batal has no official dealings with Vermouth, the countenance of its Empress is widely known. I dare say even a common soldier would recognize Her Majesty. And trouble would undoubtedly ensue should the Empress's presence be discovered. You must see to it that Her Majesty arrives at her destination unseen.
We make for the Rose Chateau. Prithee see us there safely before dawn breaks.
Now, let us be off! We ought not to delay our departure any further.
Pray, remain vigilant while escorting Empress Nadinia. We pawns shan't follow, that you might attract less notice.
You have my support.
Well then, son, how might I be of service? I beg you, I need that medicine.
Can't help you, I'm afraid. My stock's low enough as it is. I shan't go selling what little I've got left to a ruddy beastron.
But my wife, she's like to waste away if I don't get it to her.
How very cruel. We ne'er imagined matters to be so dire. Is there aught we may do to aid this man?
You have a kind heart, Your Majesty, but you cannot afford to reveal yourself here, else we may ne'er reach our destination. Perhaps the good arisen would assist this gentleman in Her Majesty's stead.
What? You in the market for some unlikely story? I heard you whispering out there what a good heart our arisen has. But I shan't be selling it to you if it is to end up in beastren hands. Well, 'tis a princely sum to pay on behalf of a common beastren, but I'll take it. Can't afford to refuse a deal that sweet. The medicine's all yours.
This is the medicine I need. You give it to me, sir. Oh, happiest of days. My wife is saved. Words cannot express my gratitude to you, sir. I shall never forget this good turn you've done me.
That was neatly done, Sir Arisen. His lady wife will now recover. We shall pray that 'twill be so.
Come, we've a ways to travel yet before we reach the Rose Chateau. We ought to make haste.
Good day, sir. What might you be looking for?
L'oro non è né buono né cattivo, però fa sempre gola, quindi...
This is not my intent.
Va bene così.
Oi, you lot, help me. I've got a soldier on my tail. If I'd known it was his house, I'd have chosen somewhere else to fill my pockets, believe me.
You appear before us to beg that we abet you in a crime of your own doing.
Woolwood, you're a beastron too, aren't you? Then you ought to know as well as I do that stealing's the only way we could survive in this city. Come on, help me out here. Consider it a favor to one of your kin. Cheers, cuz.
Beg pardon, but have you seen any suspicious persons pass through here? A thief is lurking about.
I know you fled this way. Surely you must have seen. Hold a moment. I know your face. I think you'd best come with me.
Ah, là c'è dell'attacco leggero.
Do not test me. Seems like.
Non ho le chiavi?
Must assess the field, then act accordingly.
I'd hasten home, were this not...
No shortage of easy. At last we've arrived, delivery in hand.
We ought to make the delivery now, lest it should end up lost or misplaced.
Indeed, you are correct. I suspect this will suffice as proof. Shall we report this development to Captain Brandt? I take it you've some business with this person. Then pray, follow me.
A guide is most welcome. Oh, we shan't lose our way. I've wares of every ilk.
Oh, guarda te quando uno va di fretta. Allora.
Might as well. Look while you're here, eh?
I'll have an early somewhere.
Gladly stay over.
Won't someone do aught about this?
I quite like it here.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself. We shall remain here.
Mi dà quartiere popolare, ma... Vado avanti e scendo giù.
Over here if you want.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him before and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet ever since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel, but you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only, however, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you said?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
Let my magic grant you a mental boon.
You needn't command me at every turn. I know what to do.
I suppose that's enough for one day. I've got to say what I can while I'm... You'll pay for that!
Ah, era finita. Missione completata, attraversamento segreto. Anche se non è riuscito a raggiungere il castello della Rosa, l'imperatrice Nadini ha assistito in prima persona alle ingiustizie che i feriti subiscono a Vermouth, riempiendo il cuore di sua maestà di dolore, compassione e una nuova determinazione.
What are you playing?
Non si capisce perché mi abbiano attaccato. Cioè, perché quelli... Boh. Boh.
We have all we need to deliver, do we not? Let us find the intended recipient.
We need only pass our burden into the hands that await it.
Indeed, you are correct. Perhaps this will serve as evidence. Now to report to Captain Brandt. If you would be so kind as to follow me, I shall take you to the one.
Boh. Ma davvero? Diciamo che entrambe le città fanno schifo, eh?
Is this the abode of the good arisen? Pray, pardon the intrusion. Her Majesty would make a request of you. You've my gratitude, sir.
Vabbè, devo fare solo questo.
We thank you for meeting. We require protection.
Though Batal has no trouble, would undoubtedly
We make for the Rose Chateau.
Now, let us be off. We ought not to delay our departure.
Pray, remain vigilant while escorting Empress Nadinia. We pawns shan't follow, that you might attract less notice.
I quite agree.
I beg you.
Can't help you, I'm afraid.
But how very cruel. Is there aught we may do to aid you? Have a kind heart. Perhaps the good arisen would assist.
What? You and her likely story. What a good heart our arisen has. But well, but I'll take it.
This is the happiest of words cannot express my.
That was neatly done, Sir Arisen.
Come, we've a ways to try.
Voglio provare a saltare questa invece.
Oi, you lot! If I'd known it was his house, I'd have chosen.
You appear before us to beg that we abet you.
What do it? You're a beastron too, aren't you? Then come on, help me out here. Consider it a favour to one of your... Heartless. I've wasted enough time here. Oh, son of a...
Silence, brigand! 'Tis off to the...
'Tis a hard life these people lead, that they should be so desperate as to turn to villainy. Yet a kindness granted to a man fallen so far would do little to better his circumstances. Let us press on.
Beh, certo, non è che mi vado a finire in prigione, eh?
We have arrived at last. Thank you. Now, to attend to the matter for which we have come. Prithee, await our returning. We are grateful for your patience. The matter is attended to. We have allies here in the Rose Chateau who offer their aid to our cause in secret. Namely, to create a place where the beastrons of Vermouth may live in peace.
Were it to come to light that Batal has provided aid of any kind to Vermouth, there would be a scandal, and all of Her Majesty's good deeds would be unmade. Thus, Her Majesty must work in secret, offering her support from the shadows. But let us not linger. I have arranged for an ox cart to meet us by the statue of the Arisen.
Do you know before whose likeness we now stand? 'Tis that of Orpheus, founder of Vermouth. Oh yes, was none other than a beastren who came
Sì, lo sappiamo.
Yet, in spite of this history, our people find little welcome here. Quite the opposite, as we have witnessed this night. Past wars twixt Vermouth and Batal have done much to worsen beastren's standing here. This we cannot deny. Yet, as ruler of a beastren nation, we can do no less than long for the day in which our people will be treated kindly wheresoe'er they may tread. And we would be remiss not to pray that the future you envision, as predestined ruler of this domain, shall bid you good night, Sir Arisen.
I suspect this will suffice as proof. Now to report to Captain Bright. If you would be so kind as to follow me, I shall take you to the one you seek.
You have my fullest confidence. Has there been some development, Your Majesty? Well now, you have divined the Oxcart's destination then, I see. So they were procuring pawns in order to carry out this excavation.
Sì.
The staff you mention is most curious. It sounds as if 'tis of the same make as the jewel wielded by the Queen Regent's puppet. I had heard pawns face much prejudice in Batal, yet to hear that they are treated as tools to be discarded and given such perilous tasks, 'tis contemptible. Volcanic Island has long been part of Batal's territory. The lake of lava present there is revered for its flames, which are sacred to the Batali people.
Ah, ecco perché.
Perhaps 'twould be considered blasphemy to give such wood to their own. Or could this simply be a means of testing the efficacy of these jewels that allow for the control of pawns? I can offer naught but conjecture. For now, we ought to aim our efforts towards proving that a member of the Vermundian court has been selling pawns. Should we succeed, even the Queen Regent herself could not deflect the people's displeasure. Should you have my gratitude, Your Majesty. The evidence you have gathered shall form the stalwart pillar upon which our rightful claim will rest. 'Tis most valuable, so pray exercise the utmost care when deciding how it ought be used.
At least here the Queen Regent shall face justice. You have succeeded where my own master failed to rule.
Outstanding.
Una nuova Astral Box. Ah, sì. Ah, adesso non c'è più?
Oh, what does this say?
Shall we take a closer look?
This
Dov'è?
journey will be a long one. What say we employ
Che viaggio? Ma che stai a dire?
A most agreeable suggestion. Of course, the Arisen shall have the final say in the matter.
Non credo che servano più queste, no?
Shall we get some rest then? Good morrow, everyone.
Come. We've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust.
Is it too much to hope for a helping hand?
What should I do? Where and when I can.
I've somewhere to be.
I shall wait.
Do. What about this place?
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better, yet e'er since he came here, he's only...
I understand how you must feel. There is no medicine that I am caring for him as, however, if mayhap convalescing in a place familiar...
Home, you see.
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But
I will look after him. Will he truly be all right?
that woman's taking advantage of us, she is. She knows full well we've nowhere else to turn.
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? I suppose you must be... It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here.
Ah, adesso mi pagano.
I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of.
Posso procurarvi
You would
necessario.
procure it yourself. I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humours, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May you...
Non so perché di tanto in tanto
Our surge is within me.
attaccano le persone. Dovrei avercela già la mia smide.
about any
There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
All the best players come from travelers in.
This place is lovely. I might.
I will use this opportunity to gather my strength.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you
Volentieri.
As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived, an unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required, so he was put into our care. Here he is. This young man is Lubomir.
Ah, è giovanotto? A me pare invecchiardo.
We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there! Help me! Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumours about the gracious hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
Let me get that.
Chaos in the world begins with chaos of the mind.
Do not approach me. Do not approach me. Each of our patients deserves our full attention. Would that we had more hands to aid us. Each of our patients deserves our full attention. Would that we had more hands to aid us.
I've just had a thought. When I recall our first visit to Vermouth, I cannot help but be astounded at how far you've come, Master.
In che
We shall
senso?
carry this city in our hearts wherever we tread.
C'è una porta chiusa qua. Ma non si apre più quella porta?
What teachings might self?
An unsettled mind begets an unsettled world.
Not my kind of place, this.
Ammazza, prende tutti i bassi fondi? A proposito, visto che sto qua, chi se la ricorda? Strano.
We have yet to explore all the corners of this place. 'Twould be a shame if aught were overlooked.
Indeed. Let us know if we can be of assistance, Arisen.
Dov'era la biblioteca?
Tis difficult to explain, but I feel as if I am possessed of a greater power.
Queste sono catacombe. Ma dove erano i libri? Di qua?
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Resoconto storico capitolo 4. Le tensioni tra Vermouth e Batal raggiunsero il loro apice 40 anni fa, quando entrambi i paesi furono devastati da un lungo periodo di maltempo che causò la distruzione di più raccolti consecutivi. Quei tempi bui portarono le due nazioni affamate a scontrarsi l'una con l'altra, risultando in una lotta disperata tra centinaia di soldati. Non vi fu alcun vincitore, solo morti inutili. Oggi su quel campo di battaglia si erge un monumento in loro memoria. Qui doveva esserci il prefetto, come cacchio si chiamava. Ma non c'è. Beh, doveva rifugiarsi qui, aveva detto. Ah, eccolo.
With the aid of Sir Kendrick and his helper in locating certain documents, I believe I finally grasped the true nature of this place. 'Twas a royal library that was sealed off by a sovereign of some generations past. In a bid to pass the throne on to his own descendants, this sovereign attempted to consign our kingdom's histories to oblivion. Alas, 'twould seem that, no matter the age, the avarice of those in power is all but guaranteed. Yet 'tis clear it serves them not, or most laughably so. The sovereign's line ultimately fell to ruin, and now this library, so laboriously sealed, has been discovered. What can we learn from this? Those who make light of history are doomed to be crushed under its heel. Fine timing, sir, fine timing indeed. My time in that tenebrous jail has only hastened the deterioration of my... I stare at the page, but the letters stubbornly refuse to take shape. Yet these old eyes might serve... Alas, they were confiscated at the time of my imprisonment. As I recall, prisoners' possessions are held within the palace storeroom. 'Tis a place to which few have lawful access, though, as I hear it, masquerades are being held of late. Masquerades with a great many, and should you happen to enter the venue, mayhap you would find an opportunity to liberate my poor... What say you? Would you consider doing... I am in your debt with those spectacles. Pray, infiltrate the venue and find the...
Ah, in cambio abbiamo preso un'altra missione, allora. Bene.
Tell is, Vermouth was once a bee-string kingdom.
Truly?
Indeed, though it is not widely known among the common folk.
Oh, eppure l'ha visto, il primo fondatore di Vermouth era un feride, no? Mannaggia.
I've had well enough of you. I haven't the foggiest, if I'm honest. I've no words left for you or anyone else.
Say, I've noticed you walking around questioning people, looking for information, are we? If I were you, I'd pay a visit to the jail next, if you haven't already. The place is full of unsavory characters, as one might expect, who've seen things ordinary citizens aren't privy to. I should know. I was among their company till just recently.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
You're a right pain, you are.
Ma io né a fianco che da un'altra parte la spina ciccio mio.
Hi, sir.
This place.
Is it true you're the arisen? That's what I've heard anyhow. Only, I seem to recall someone else boasting of being the arisen over in the tavern about 6 months ago. Just be sure you play your part well, whatever the truth. The arisen takes the crown here in Vermouth, after all. The fellow Drake or two, and I reckon you'll learn the people's faith. Good luck to you.
Some other time, maybe.
Marriage isn't what it's chalked up to be.
A common reward, frustratingly so.
I'm in no mood for talk.
What's your business with me, Cos?
Leave me be. I've had well enough of you. Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Well, I never.
Va da casa mia a tutta sta parte qui, anche nel mare. Ah, ecco. E da qui in poi.
Let me alone. I'm not out here for fun, you know.
È vero? Forse con una maschera feride
We might as well gather what
You're a right pain, you are.
sempre.
I was taught not to speak with strange folk.
I'm in no mood for talk.
Direi che per oggi basta così. Alla casa della misericordia, ti esorto ad andare da lei. È la tua speranza migliore. Un tempo faceva ricerca su sedativi e rimedi per il sonno per l'esercito di Batal. Ah, quindi sono sicuro che ti saprà. Faceva sedativi.
Not my kind of place.
This is all I ask to come to my aid.
None of us is guaranteed tomorrow.
The other day, I chanced to see a most resplendent ox cart on the high road. Now, that's not so strange, but guess who I saw riding in it? Poor little Daphne. I doubt with my eyes I did. And rightly so, as it turned out to be a young boy. The resemblance was...
Suppose you're all right.
I've naught to say to you.
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Telis, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange, which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeared for them.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none say the abbess can enter? If the gracious hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. Oh, you've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
To get to the bottom of what is happening in the gracious hand, we shall have to acquire evidence of any misdeeds.
I quite agree.
How might we...
I've not got food atwixt my teeth, had I?
No, anche se a breve non ne avrai più i denti. Cioè, è tremendo qui, che ore so? Direi di finirla qua, Andiamo un po' di arrestare la badessa, che... Tutta gente zozzona qui.
I like information pertinent to this task.
Beg pardon, sir, but this room is where our most severe cases convalesce.
Già.
Do not approach me.
No, infatti io ti taglierei la gola.
Do not approach me.
Anche te.
Are you here by appointment, perchance?
Sì. L'appuntamento con la badessa. me pare più un non morto. Vabbè, va. È stato un piacere. Ci vediamo alla prossima. Mi ha fatto girare lungo e largo e doveva parlare con una sorella fuori. Vabbè, insomma. Alla prossima, gente. Bella a tutti. Ciao.